Saudi Arabia, where did you move to?
After my time in Saudi Arabia, I moved to the United States. That's when I moved to Tampa, Florida, when I was 11 years old.
Okay, and when you first arrived in Tampa and you started going to school, did anybody ever tell you that, or did you feel like people viewed the way you spoke English as something foreign or odd?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think a bigger reason was that, I mean, I was going to a school where there were not many foreigners. It was a pretty domestic school in terms of like most of the students, maybe like I would say 80-90% of the students there were kids who grew up within that region. And when I say region, I mean like within the surrounding areas of the city, of that specific Tampa city. So I feel like they did find it foreign because they'd never been exposed to, or they weren't used to someone else speaking differently than how they spoke. And so yeah, I think they did obviously notice differences. I don't like, obviously I wasn't called out on it that much, but it was pretty noticeable that there was a difference in the way I was speaking English and the way they were speaking English.
Okay, so you said you moved to Tampa, Florida at the age of 11. So how long did you stay in Tampa?
So I stayed in Tampa, Florida. Sorry. I stayed in Tampa, Florida for 8 years of my life. Seven years of my life. I basically stayed there through the beginning of middle school and all throughout high school. And so I basically went through my formative years of adolescence in Tampa.
Okay, and at the end of that 7 years, where did you end up moving?
So once I graduated, my family made a decision of moving because I obviously got accepted to, and I chose to come to Boston University. And so my family decided that it was time for them to move and live in an environment where they felt more comfortable. They were just waiting for me to graduate because they didn't want me to move and like